Adrian Mans joins me today. Adrian, good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You wrote a book, Trade Secrets. Tell me some secrets.
Well, it's the first book in 13 years, or in 9 years anyways. That's since the last revision of Around the Horn, and it's not just an Around the Horn 2 kind of a thing. It's a totally different way of approaching volatility in the market. So it allows us to capitalize on volatility wherever it exists, and just gets us in front of the opportunity in a bunch of different time frames.
Is this a change in strategy or just a massage of the strategy?
Well, it's massaging one of the strategies in Around the Horn. It's an expansion of range, expansion of volume strategy, and then what it does is we've gone and vertically integrated this through the markets, in part because we're managing money, and it allows us to put more money to work because we're going into weekly and monthly time frames, holding some much longer positions. But the essence of how we put together a position is still the same. We're looking for natural support and resistance. We're looking for breakouts that occur on heavy volume, on expanded range, lots and lots of confirmation in everything that we do, just the same way that there is in our intraday trading.
And volatility, what role does it play?
Well, it's the name of the game, right? It's expansion of range and volume is really my measure of volatility, since I don't use any indicators or statistics really anymore in our trading. We're both statisticians, but we don't really apply the math that often. I think it's easier to eyeball a chart, then look at what the sector's doing, look at what the market's doing, see if the pieces of the puzzle fit together. That's much easier in terms of planning the actual trades than it is to sit down and say, well, we're going to do an analysis of covariance and figure out what all these things mean in relationship to each other. 14 years later, it's just as easy to look at the chart and say, I think I know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And it still kind of bottoms up instead of top down.
Right. We start with the stocks, look for the setups in the individual stocks, then go and look for confirmation as to, okay, well, what's the sector doing? What's the market doing? Put a little bit of light on where the setup might have come from, and then if all the pieces fall in place, we take the trade, and if they don't, we move on to the next opportunity.
What sectors are moving?
Well, right now the focus for us is on energies, healthcare. Healthcare was the worst performing sector last year, was the best performing this year. We've had a lot of long side trades in healthcare earlier in the year, and now we've got a lot of short opportunities there.
Is it more defensive now?
In terms of setting up our trading, now we're still trying to get in front of the opportunity and figure out what's going to roll over, what's going to give us those setups that we've always been looking for. If we see an exhaustion pattern in the markets, then we'll try to get in front of it and see if we can't get there before everybody else does.
You want to be proactive instead of reacting.
Right.
Adrian, thank you.
Thank you.
My guest has been Adrian Mans. You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.